Do you have any little habits or rituals that some might think are weird? Well, worry no more, because I'm here to describe a bunch of strange customs that are observed around the world. I'm Mike with List 25, and here are 25 customs that are common in other nations. 25. Sockenkranz. When you're a single guy in Germany, they sure let you know about it. Specifically by coming to your house and covering it in old socks. This is the Sockenkranz, or sock wreath. A wreath of socks all joined together and presented on your 25th birthday. Why socks? Because as an aging unattached male, you're about as desirable as a smelly sock with holes in it. Can you be an aging bachelor in your mid-20s? You can here. You're expected to follow the Sockenkranz to your birthday party while getting increasingly drunk. Still, it could be worse. If you're female, they put up wreaths made of cigarette boxes. 24. Bad hygiene, good luck. If you see a father spitting on his daughter on her wedding day, it might not be as shocking as it appears. This custom is part of the Maasai culture. You see, the Maasai view throwing saliva around as a sign of respect and good luck. In Kenya and Tanzania, you could have your palm spat on before a handshake, or a baby might be spat on to ensure a healthy life. 23. Pull my finger, but not like that. Imagine sitting at a table across from someone and you're joined at the finger by a long strap. No, it isn't the latest Saw movie. You're taking part in the sport of fingerhaken, which translates as the finger hook. You play tug of war with just your fingers until your opponent caves. This custom started around the 14th century and happens regularly in Scandinavia, Austria, and Germany. It sounds painful, but have there been any injuries? You bet. Fingers have been known to pop out of their joints through this game. 22. Best of the rest. We're in Russia next for an unusual approach to travel. Sitting usually comes after a long journey, but here, they do it first. Their custom of sit before you go is philosophical and practical. Philosophical because you're thinking about what you're going to do, and practical because it helps you plan for your trip. 21. Cinnamon singles. In Denmark, it's sweet to be single. Literally. Because people are going to hurl cinnamon at you. How come? Well, this custom dates back to the old Danish spice trade. Merchants who were out all the time selling spices didn't have time for relationships. So modern day singles are linked to these so-called pepper people. Traditionally, you get a surprise coating of cinnamon when you reach the grand old age of 25. Oh, and pepper is reportedly thrown at you when you turn 30. 20. Haka Dance. You probably know this one from watching sports. Rugby players of New Zealand's All Blacks team performs a distinctive Maori dance called the Haka Dance. This is known for its powerful and, let's face it, scary combination of dance moves and warrior-like expressions. It's supposed to be intimidating because it started during times of war. And it isn't just one thing. The word Haka can represent many different stories. The All Blacks Haka is the most famous, though the dance is less aggressive and more celebratory today. 19. Late in Venezuela. Visiting Venezuela? Running a little late for that appointment with your buddies? Don't sweat it. Over there, they don't mind sloppy timekeeping at all. In fact, it reflects badly on you if you're punctual. Take 10 or 15 minutes to show up, otherwise you're seen as a generally selfish person. Though, I wouldn't recommend you apply this logic to an employment situation in Venezuela. They fire people there, just like everywhere else. 18. Watch out for the furniture. There's a New Year's custom in South Africa of flying furniture. Look out below if you're somewhere like Johannesburg celebrating the big event. You may get hit by a chair or table being thrown from an upper story window. This rock star approach to ringing in the changes is cool, but also potentially hazardous. 17. Walking and talking. Or not. After all, you are in Finland. What do I mean? Well, let me give you a little bit of history first. Finland is reportedly the happiest country on the planet as of 2024. In fact, it has been for many years. This is partly because of how they treat conversation and social activity. Small talk isn't really encouraged in Finland. They like enjoying a coffee or going out in nature with friends. And if a juicy chat about the nature of existence happens, it happens. Their custom is all about togetherness and sharing a life-affirming experience. 16. Gummy Greek custom. In Greece, it's been known to rain teeth. Baby teeth. Which makes the situation sound even weirder. The teeth aren't falling from the sky, of course. They're being thrown by excited people who want to celebrate an occasion such as New Year's or to bring good luck. What's the connection between teeth and good luck? Well, since the tooth fairy isn't a thing over there, kids need to hurl their loose teeth onto a roof instead of leaving them under their pillow. The straighter the throw, the straighter their new teeth will be. 15. Chinese appetite. Do you eat everything on your plate? That's a good thing, right? Having a healthy appetite. Unfortunately, an old Chinese custom says something different. In some households, leaving an empty plate is a social no-no. You might be inadvertently suggesting that the portions weren't big enough. You can actually show disrespect by enjoying your food. Who knew? 14. Let's all go to the cemetery? It's the place to be in Scandinavia, at least in terms of having some quiet time to think about the bigger issues in life. You can remember those you've lost, and also look at your own existence. This custom takes on extra significance in Denmark, where they have something called hygge, which basically means coziness. So they see a moldy old graveyard as cozy? Well, now I've heard it all. 13. Vietnamese vagina symbol. Do not cross your fingers in Vietnam. Or if you do, make sure no one's looking. You see, crossing your fingers means something pretty different over there. To our viewers outside Vietnam, it may seem harmless, something that results in good luck. Come on. But according to Vietnamese traditions, you are making a hand gesture that represents a female's lady parts. 12. Transatlantic tea. How you like your tea depends on where in the world you are. In Great Britain, tea is totally a way of life. They enjoy it boiling hot and usually with milk. Milk in tea delivers a smoother flavor that's preferred by the population there. And me, it's fantastic. Try it if you haven't. Go to the States and you'll find a lot of iced tea, which is also really good. Sweet. This reportedly accounts for 80% of all tea consumption in America. Tea is truly a versatile drink that can adapt to various cultures. Seriously, try some hot tea with milk and also try some good old-fashioned southern sweet tea. Both, swap. If you're American, go try one. If you're from the UK, come try ours. They're both fantastic. Matcha is fantastic. I love tea. Sorry. 11. Day of the Dead. This is another famous custom which is celebrated in Mexico. Dia de los Muertos, or Day of the Dead, dates back approximately 3,000 years. Here, the deceased aren't forgotten about or kept hidden. Day of the Dead is a colorful event held during the first 2 days in November where graves are decorated and the dead are welcome for festivities. You'll also find skulls made from sugar, though it's important to stress these are not for eating. Do you have a custom specific to your culture that you'd like to tell me about? I would love to read your comments, but be sure to watch the rest of the video first. 10. Right hand ring. Are you a lefty? Then watch what you do with wedding rings if you're in Germany or Russia. A wedding ring on the finger of the left hand is frowned upon. It has to go on the right. This strict custom could be connected to the days of ancient Rome, where the right-hand side was linked to authority and power. The right hand also has a deep religious significance in belief systems such as Russian Orthodoxy. 9. Siestas. Now this is a custom I can get on board with. In Spain, there's a historic tradition of taking a siesta, or nap, during the day. This custom dates back to the country's rural history, when people working in the fields needed a break from the punishing heat. If you want to have a sleep between early afternoon and early evening, it's not a problem. That said, I wouldn't recommend trying it in an air-conditioned office. Your boss might have something to say about that. 8. The wet stuff. Things get messy in Thailand thanks to a custom which happens on Sockenkranz, or their new year. If someone walks up to you with a water pistol and squirts you good, don't worry, they're not being aggressive. Having water thrown at you is intended to cleanse you of your sins and bring good fortune. This is a fun part of the festival, but there's more to it than splash fights. You can also have a more relaxed time at home, celebrating family life with smaller amounts of the wet stuff. Sockenkranz starts on April 13th and lasts for 3 days, so best bring some waterproof clothing if you intend to visit. 7. Christmas Down Under. White Christmases aren't the norm in Australia. It's just too darn hot down there. What are their festive customs? Well, there's a lot of meat, but of the chilled kind. You don't want an oven-roasted turkey in these conditions. And because December is an inferno in Oz, Barbie on the beach is the way to go. I don't think they actually say that. For dessert, you can have pavlova. Sunscreen is also recommended. It sounds weird to outsiders, getting a suntan at Christmas, but that's just how it goes in this part of the world. 6. Brazilian PDAs. PDA stands for Public Displays of Affection. Some people don't have any issue with them, while others find them pretty gross. In Brazil, PDAs are definitely encouraged. Their custom is to be openly affectionate. Though be warned, anything not safe for work is gonna get you in trouble. Those factors aside, you're free to love who you want to love. Just take care because not everyone will be supportive. 5. Shoe theft. When the bride's shoe goes missing in Pakistan, it's not a fashion disaster. In fact, they have a custom there where the shoe is deliberately stolen and concealed. Buddies of the groom have to find the missing item and pay a ransom, which is all part of the fun. The tradition is called Juta Chupai, and it was given a Netflix-style twist during a ceremony in 2023. The brother of the bride dressed up as a character from Money Heist, turning the ceremony into an action-packed event. 4. Caffeine custom. People in Turkey like to drink coffee after every meal. This isn't just about having a pick-me-up. Turkish families treat coffee after meals as a social activity, eating delicious confectionery like Turkish Delight while digesting their food. With all that caffeine and sugar, there's no way you're drifting off to sleep after a big dinner. 3. The art of silence. Because society is so noisy, it's surprising to hear that silence is a major part of some cultures around the world. For example, people in Finland remain silent as a mark of respect. You don't want to be loudly giving your opinions and talking over the top of people there. This extends to Nordic cultures in general, where keeping calm is important. However, if you're doing business with a Japanese person and they're not saying anything, it can mean that they're showing disapproval without airing their grievances out loud. 2. Hands on your head. To be more precise, on the forehead. In the Philippines, there's a custom called mano, which honors the older members of your family. By holding their hand and placing it on your own head, you're showing them just what they mean to you. You don't pull their arm up, by the way. You're expected to bow and put your head on their hand by way of greeting. 1. Feeling flushed. Newlywed couples who are part of the Tidong community in Indonesia may seem a little tense in the days following their happy event, and there's a reason for that. Tradition dictates that they aren't allowed to use the bathroom for 3 days after the wedding. I'm not sure how many people have actually stuck to this rule, because it could be a physical impossibility, but those who observe this custom are apparently avoiding bad luck in their future. Now, these worldwide customs probably blew your mind, because I know they did mine. Let's test how much brain power you have left with a killer question. Which of these baby-related customs is an actual thing? A. Baby throwing. B. Jumping over babies dressed as the devil. C. Choosing your baby's name from a pre-approved list by the government. Or D. Baby racing. The answer will surprise you. For more lists to boggle your mind, subscribe to our channel for regular videos. That way you'll get to watch our top content, just like 25 things that only exist in Japan. Click on the link and I'll see you there. Catch you next time.